This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids.
What up, everybody? This is your boy Blak Magus, and just up after playing a bunch of Destiny, having fun with the Iron Banner with some friends, and just sitting here listening to some music and started to think about some things, and was thinking about, thinking about Destiny and how I've enjoyed the content that it's had. Has a lot of content, and I like that about it. But it started me to think down that road of the whole, the argument that we have with games now, as far as a game's worth and how much content it has. And it just got me to start thinking about all the things I hear people say. And I just realized that gaming is in a unique position when it comes to entertainment. It is the only platform of entertainment that I could think of where its fans or people who appreciate it are the harshest. And I say that because think about the conversations that you see happening on the internet and forums and things like that. How people rate, games and games and whether or not it's worth your $60, as people like to always say. It's just strange because we hold games to a standard that we don't hold any other entertainment, and it's just kind of ridiculous because being an older gamer, coming from, the Atari, Nintendo, SNES, and so on era before we got to, online multiplayer being a part of consoles. It was a part of PC gaming for a while before it got to consoles, but it wasn't until we got to online gaming on consoles that I feel like there was a shift in the attitude towards gamers. And I've said this before, and I guess, I'm kind of rehashing, but it's just very strange because I thought of another way of looking at things, I guess. People have, since competitive multiplayer has come into play, people have shifted how they view gaming. It's like if a game doesn't have competitive multiplayer or some type of extra content, people feel like it's not worth the money. It's not worth the $60, quote unquote, as everybody likes to say. And I still find that very fascinating because back in my day, I guess I should say, the value of a game lied in its entertainment. How much it entertains you. If you really, really enjoyed a game, you were happy that you spent the money. And this is the thing. I think a lot of this, too, is framed on the fact that, being younger, parents are buying your games, you don't think about it. I guess maybe the attitude is part of being older and trying to justify you spending the money as well. But I just feel like we were more about, no matter what this game costs, I enjoyed the hell out of it. Whereas now people is like, well, if it don't have multiplayer, then it's good, but it would be better if it had this. Or it's not worth it because it doesn't have multiplayer, or it's only 10 hours long, so it's not worth $60. Wait, we didn't think in those levels. We were like, yo, this game is fun as shit. I'm glad I got this game with my allowance, or I'm glad my parents bought this game for me. And the thing is, when you think about other forms of entertainment, we don't do that with it. It's not like we go see a movie, it's like, Blade Runner 2000, it's a 2049, I forget the year that it's set in, so apologies. It's late while I'm recording this, but like, the new Blade Runner movie, it's great, but maybe they should have added like about 15 to 30 minutes of deleted scenes or something like that, and then it would have been worth the price of the ticket. That Childish Gambino album was hot, but maybe if he would have added some extra songs or some instrumentals, then it would be worth the cost of the album. You know, we don't do that with anything, with music, film, art, any other, like, you know, creative entertainment medium. We don't do that, but we do this with gaming. And it's funny because we're able to accept the fact that, hey, no matter how long a movie is, if it's good, it was worth buying that ticket. You know, we don't complain about the Avengers not being long enough, or, you know, Kingsman not having enough action scenes or something like that. But we do this with games, and it's very crazy to me because, again, coming from the old school approach, if the game is, entertaining, exciting, it makes an impact on me, it's worth the money, especially since we're in an era now where game prices have stabilized because, I've said this before, back in the day, game prices fluctuated. It was whatever the publisher decided you were going to pay. It was basically based on what they thought it was worth or how much they spent and how much they wanted to profit off of it. $80 for Legend of Zelda or something like that, $75 for Streets of Rage 2. I've seen some games be even $100. I forget the name of the game, but it was this one game that was $100. Like, we have now a stable pricing where everything's $60, and you have the microtransaction things and DLC stuff that you don't have to indulge in. There's no, hard fast requirement that you get into those, despite what many people say when they're outraged about seeing microtransactions. You don't have to get into those, so you could just spend the $60, and if a game is good in entertainment, you get your money's worth, in my mind. But that's not how the majority of gamers think anymore, and it's kind of sad because I feel like the focus, and again, I've said this before, but I feel like the focus has gone off of just having fun, and it's like all these other measurables have just taken over. Maybe it's just the curse of competitive multiplayer coming into play, because we didn't have that back in the day. So we played games, just to play games and to have fun. I'm sure there were games that you could play co-op at home with your friends, but it wasn't that big of a deal. We were just trying to play games and have fun. Now, I feel like everybody's keyed up on the competitive thing, or, the amount of time they spend in the world, that entertainment, as far as gaming is concerned, isn't the major key. And it's sad. It's sad to me. It's sad to an old gamer like me, but it is what it is. Things change, times change. That's just how it is. Anyway, just wanted to get that off the top of my head. As always, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.